Roughrider pride.
Well, good morning, everybody. These dark days in Riderville again here. Real dark days now. Our chances of making the playoffs are about 0.1. About 10% maybe. So, kiss the playoffs goodbye. Now all you can do is players have to play for their jobs now. They want to come back to camp next year if they want to stay home and look after the kids and the family. As badly as that game was played by the Riders, we still had a chance to win. You know, one of the biggest plays of that game, as far as I'm concerned, is that was when Evans dropped that pass in the fourth quarter. We still were in it. We're only down 1 point, moving the ball pretty good. Cody was standing in the pocket and getting rid of it, and threw up beauty to Evans, cutting across, and hit him perfectly in stride, right in the numbers, and he drops it. And the safety had bailed out to the other side. That look, if he had a couple steps on the defender, that could have been big yardage. And after that play, nothing went right. Kicked it to Hamilton about the 9-minute mark, or even might have been even more. I think they used 7 or 8 minutes on that drive. Left us only 2 minutes on the clock, and they drove the ball all the way down and got a field goal. So we're still not out of it. We got every quarterback's dream of 2 minutes on the clock and chance to win the football game and go to the playoffs. Perfect scenario. And this is when you have to have a quarterback that you're paying the big bucks has to perform. Just has to. Because now you're not just a 2-down team, you're a 3-down team to get 10 yards. You have to make that. That's your chance to shine. Couple nice tosses, but then we go, first chance we got at a 3rd and short, little rollout, toss it over. He had a little rush on him, but tosses it to Moore, way over his head. Those plays have to be made. There's no ifs and buts about it. Hate putting it all on Cody, because there was some drop passes like that Evans one, and he dropped a couple of them. And the lack of a running game. I was so hoping Cooper could do something, but he was just hopeless. No speed, a couple swing passes. He actually had the advantage in a few steps, and the guy caught him from behind. He made one decent play on that last drive. He was blocking, came around and come back the other side and got first down. But other than that, I think we had about, I don't know, 40 yards rushing. Well, that's not gonna do it. A lot of things went wrong. Our defensive line, we lost Lanier, and he's been gone for quite a few games now, and he was actually our leading pressure guy up front. You know, he was the guy that was putting the most pressure on the quarterbacks at the nose tackle position. And then, of course, he was paired with Marino. Still sick about that one. I couldn't believe, I still think the Riders bowed down to pressure from the league. You know, Marino, after after the Mazzoli incident, he didn't get another penalty. All he got was a fine for pushing Caleros down where there wasn't even a flag pulled on the play. You know, that happens all the time. But because Marino's a bad boy, he gets called for it. Nah, I don't know what the whole story is in the locker room and all that. Maybe there's more to it, but I still think they're bowed to the pressure of the league. As far as the quarterbacking position, well, we've got. I replayed the game again this morning, and I counted the times he had time to throw, the times there was pressure. You know, a lot of times it was Cooper, where you're supposed to be blocking some guy, the extra guy coming in. Nah, was in the wrong position, couldn't block him. That's not Cody's fault. But a lot of them, when he drops back, you have to watch it. He drops back, has a quick, like he's not even ready to throw the ball, and the guys are still on their players, and he can't seem to get out of the rush. And that was one of his main assets, is to be able to avoid the rush and get out there and make the yards. That was his big plus, because it sure as hell isn't his arm, I'll tell you that, because it's not. He's just lost confidence. The analysts all Vanstone, well, he gets so much rushing that he's gotten gun shy. Well, that is a perfect reason to say, let's try somebody else for once. As far as I'm concerned, the next games, there's no question he should be on the sideline with a clipboard, Cody. And we got to try finding Dolegala. You have to see what you got for next year. 0.1% of winning and getting into the playoffs. Well, forget it. We got just as good a chance if we try a new quarterback. You can't tell how bad your offensive line is if you got the same quarterback in there doing the same thing. It's funny. It seems he's not too bad until he gets shooken 1 or 2 times, and after that, he's totally gun shy. You got to have a quarterback that'll stand in there and take a shot. And Evans, that's how he beat us. Our guys come in. AC Leonard come in, took the inside track around the end, and Evans pops out to the right and makes the pass. That's what has to happen. You're playing and you're paying an elite quarterback the big salary, somewhere in the probably 450 to 500 range with bonuses. That's all he's playing for, is how many snaps he gets now. Now, I only have one question to all you Cody lovers. If you were the general manager next year, what would you do? Would you sign Cody to a big contract? You know, that's why he hasn't had nothing yet. Same with Bo. You know, you don't know. Everybody's calling for all these guys' jobs. You know, O'Day's got to be done. Reynolds got to be gone. Moss has got to be gone. Dickinson's got to be gone. Well, you can't clean house totally. Like, who are you gonna have? The board of directors? I don't even know his name, Clark or something. You're gonna have him be your guy hired for the board of directors? I don't know. Pretty frustrated. The season is over. It's over for this year. Just playing for their jobs. Our biggest hit from the season was losing both Morrow and Hickson. You know, that gave Cody some relief and some yardage on the first downs. And can run the ball even on second and short, but lost both of them, and that was critical. One thing you can't blame the game on is the refs, that's for sure. Not too bad a flag fest, but except the only one I couldn't figure out was that when he challenges that play downfield there on I can't remember what the receiver was. I think it was McInnes, and if he challenged, I don't know what the ruling was there, because it was definitely illegal contact downfield. Like, there's no question about it. It wasn't pass interference, so maybe he challenged the wrong thing, or they blew the ruling as far as I'm concerned. It was clearly illegal contact downfield on a receiver. Regardless if he couldn't catch the ball. That happens lots of times when it's not even in the play, and they call it. That really pisses me off. They should leave those ones go, but this one still it's in the play. Other than that, there's not very many flags. Winnipeg got one real sick one there, but we're right on the 1 yard line, and they get a stupid call against them, and then gets us out of the goal line. That really helped us out there. Another one with Cooper running into our buddy there, Simone Lawrence. Lawrence just gave him a little shove, which I don't think that should be a call anyway. We got that call against us with Duke, but I don't care what either guy said. Leave your flag in your pocket, ref. That's a stupid one. But another one I couldn't figure out was when we were on the 35 yard line, and they try this trick play with the three guys behind the line, behind the kicker, and pooch kick it and try to get the ball back. Well, I don't know if the wind was that bad. We're on the 35. Lawler, that's well within his distance, and they said the wind was only blowing at about 15, but I don't know. We ended up illegal formation or something anyway on the play. So Vlade he had a bad game. He had a couple terrible kicks there when he booted it and went up and kicked it himself. That good thing it was the end of the half. He hasn't been kicking that good. I thought he'd be no problem, but he has been a bit of one. Yeah, in the end, we just lost that game with total domination by the Lions again. Even defense, when Winnipeg made that long drive in the fourth quarter, we just couldn't stop them. Couldn't stop them one bit. And then Cody gets the ball back, and same results. And there's no excuses. They run the ball on us pretty damn good for supposedly having a really good front seven and good linebackers. Doesn't make sense. And, well, on our running game, I think we had a total of 40 yards. You're not going to win many football games with 40 yards running. That's a combination of your running back and your quarterback and any other assets. Yeah, well, to me there's only one way to go. You've got to change the guy at the top, the quarterback. He's your guy. You're paying the big bucks, and the only way you're going to find out if the line is no damn good is try a different quarterback. I wouldn't dress, like I said, I wouldn't dress Cody. I'd put Fine and Dolegala in there, and if one isn't moving, or even give one, if he's going good, leave him in there. If he's not, try another guy for the next 2 games. Just, you got to go that way. If he doesn't, I don't understand it. Our chances are so minimal, it's unbelievable. And by then it might be even worse if Hamilton beats Calgary, which I wouldn't doubt it. When, mind you, Calgary's going to be going hard, and we got to play Calgary twice. They still got a chance of getting home field on one playoff game for sure. But that's my only solution, and you got to start looking at next year already. Try your new backup, see what you got there. If you haven't got something, find somebody next year. Might really open the door for Bo coming here next year for sure. I'm not sure if that's a good thing or a bad thing, but right now he's the only guy out there that that has some experience and has been looking for a job, as long as he's not asking for the moon, because he was throwing more interceptions than he was pass completions. And he's the only thing I don't like about Bo, he can move around the pocket perfect. He's got that little moves here and there and ducks out, but you won't see him run past the line of scrimmage unless he's got about 20 yards from the nearest guy. Well, that's about all I got to say about this whole situation, and pretty down, but still, go Riders go.